Do you want to know how you can boost your self esteem and live a more confident and happier life? Then this video is for you. There are lots and lots of blogs and videos on the internet about self esteem, but this one is going to be different. By reading those blogs or watching those videos, we can understand what self esteem does and how to build it and the tips and tactics for that. But very rarely do we actually understand what self esteem means and how it works. That's what we are going to understand today. So, let's dive in and understand what self esteem actually is and how it works. In simple terms, the word self esteem means knowing your own worth and value and believing in yourself. It's as simple as that. When you know your worth, when you know what your value is and how important you are, you have high self esteem and you will be more confident, you will be more valuable, you will be more happy, and you'll achieve more success. When you have low self esteem, though, what will happen is that you won't be very confident. You would be like, okay, I don't know if I can do this. You would be less self believing, you would be doubtful, you would be fearful, anxious, and you won't achieve success on such higher magnitude that you can when you have higher self esteem. Now, let's dive in and understand how self esteem works. You may be thinking that self esteem comes from how others perceive you because then you will know what your value is and all. It does not. Other people have no relation to your self esteem and you can build it on your own and grow it on your own. Yes, during childhood, when we grow up, when our parents and our teachers tell us things, they tell us some things that are good about us, they tell us some things that are bad about us. Those kind of things start defining our self esteem for ourselves because those are the people who define our world at that time. But as we grow up, as we understand more and more things, we can develop our self esteem on our own and we can do many things. Yes, so the way self esteem works is that how you think about yourself, how you think who you are, and the way you act towards it. Ego, however, as we discussed in the last video, which you can watch by clicking up here, is what you think about how other people perceive you. So, ego is defined by how you think other people look at you, that you are superior than them, that you are below them, whatever it is, that is ego. But self esteem is how you think of yourself and how it works, how you think of yourself, how you act towards it, and what you do. Self esteem, as I said, has no relation with people and it's only and only about you. But there are a lot of times when we have low self esteem and that we don't know what our value is, we don't know how to put ourselves out there, and we are just not confident and happy in ourselves. Why does that happen? There must be a reason, right? And yes, there is a reason. And it is in our childhood. When we grow up, during our age of 3, 4, 5, 6 years, the things that mostly define our world is our parents, the school we go to, and the friends we play with around our area. That's mostly it, right? Your parents and your friends and your teachers are the whole world you know at that time. Your mindset hasn't expanded yet. Your thoughts haven't expanded yet, and you don't know what's right or what's wrong. So, whatever your parents say, whatever your teachers say, you believe that they are in authority, that they are above you, and that they must know better than you, so you believe that they are right. Many times our parents would say, out of safety for us and out of making sure that we are safe, that don't touch that electrical socket, don't do that. We think that okay, that's right, we don't have to do that, we don't have to do this, but we often don't know the reason behind it, and therefore we start thinking that maybe I should not do that also, I should not do this also, because we have that inner programming that our parents won't approve of this. This happens, this subconsciously gets planted in our minds, and then when we start taking new actions, we start taking new risks, we become fearful because we doubt that okay,
I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I should do this.
That happens. And then in school, when our teachers say, you won't do this, you won't know how this works. Sometimes they say that because when we are either misbehaving in the class or when we have low grades, they sometimes scold us, they sometimes tell us how to improve. They sometimes tell us, no, you should not do this, you should do that, you should do it this way. But what happens is that scolding or those negative thoughts and those beliefs get planted right here, and then that creates a negative environment for our mindset, and that leads to low self-esteem, as you believe that I am not worth doing this or I am not worth doing that. Our parents sometimes say in front of our relatives or somewhere that, oh, he's just like that, he doesn't study for a long time, your daughter is so good and all. That happens as well, right? When our parents are in front of relatives, they sometimes praise us, they sometimes don't praise us. Those kind of thoughts, those kind of feelings also affect how we work, how we think, and how we perceive ourselves. That defines our self-esteem at first, but it doesn't have to be that way. We can change. We all have the power to change in whatever way we want to, because self-esteem is under our control. Remember, self-esteem is defined by who we think we are, not by what we think others think we are. Other people don't have any relation to this at all, and you can change your self-esteem and your beliefs right now. That's what we'll discover in the process that follows. The first step towards building higher self-esteem is to change the way you think of yourself. Yes, all those negative beliefs you have that
I'm not worth this, I can't do that.
you need to get rid of them. You need to get rid of those fears and those beliefs. How to do that is what we'll understand now. Take a diary, take a journal, and write down all negative beliefs you have about yourself. I cannot do this, I cannot do that, whatever it is, just make that list. When you do that, after that, it can be as long as you want. 10 things, 25 things, 100 things, 1000 things. Whatever it is, just make that list, and after you've done that, cross that out one by one. Start with the first one. Maybe you have the belief that you are not intelligent. Cross that belief out by doing something that makes you think, that makes you believe that you are intelligent. Maybe write an informative article, start a blog. Do things that defy those beliefs, and soon you will start building your self-esteem up and up. Because the thing that matters is taking action. Until and unless you don't take action, you won't achieve any success, you won't see any progress and growth. And it's the same with building self-esteem. As you have that list down, cross out each belief one by one as you do those things actually. Yes, at start there may be fear that, okay, I don't know if I'll write good, I don't know what others will think. Keep that out. Put that in the trash. What others will think doesn't matter to you at all. Other people always have opinions. If 99 people agree with you, there will be one person who disagrees with you and who will criticize you. That is the truth of life. So you don't have to take any opinion personally, and you just have to do what you like. Continuing with the example that you think you are not intelligent, let's say that you start a blog and you write an informative article on how to improve your mental health. That's good, right? Because you're taking action and you're trying to build authority in something. You're trying to think and you're actually doing something that is considered intelligent. You are intelligent. That means that if you're able to write an article, it means you're intelligent, and your self-esteem will go up 1 point, 2 points, whatever it is. Your self-esteem will now go up because you've overcome the first challenge. Then just look at the second challenge. The second challenge you think is that maybe you can't cook properly, because let's say that your mother in the kitchen would tell you that you don't make this good, or you should not do this, or you should not do that. Whatever it is, if you have that is your second belief, go to the kitchen, make a simple meal. Make a sandwich, make tea, make coffee, start doing those things. Yes, it may seem very trivial, it may seem very insignificant, but these kind of small actions will add up one by one and help you grow and help you achieve more and more. This was the first step. And now we are going to move to the second step, that is to write positive things about yourself. The second thing that you need to do is write positive things about yourself. You have those old negative beliefs and you need to replace them with positive ones so that you boost your self-esteem and that you live a confident and happy life, right? So what you need to do is think of all the positive things about yourself and write that down on paper. Then compare the first list with the second list, and most probably, in most of the cases, the things that are positive about you will be more than the things that are negative about you. That happens. You need to weigh the plus and the minus and see which works better for you. So, once you see that, you will know that if the plus are more, you will see that you are more good at things and you are bad at things, and that will also increase your self esteem. By changing your mindset, by changing your perspective, and by looking at things differently, you will be able to do much more, understand much more, and achieve much more. Yes, now let us move on to the third step. The third step is to be vulnerable and open. Yes, this might sound contradictory to improving your self esteem, but this is very important. When you're vulnerable, when you're open, and when you be yourself, you will realize that most people in the world are accepting than they are of disapproving. Yes, many people will accept you, some will disappoint you, some will disapprove of you, but that doesn't matter. And even if those people accept you, those people don't accept you, you don't need to worry about that. As you open up and as you be vulnerable, as you share who you truly are, your self-esteem in your eyes will rise because you will understand yourself better. You'll understand who you are, what you do, whatever it is about yourself. And those things will help you improve your self-esteem as well. Remember, you don't have to be vulnerable to see what others think of you. It doesn't matter. You have to be vulnerable so that you understand yourself better. And when you open up about yourself, you will understand who you are, and all those things about yourself, the negative beliefs you may have, will start to disappear as you do new things and as you try new things. These were the 3 steps that you need to take to increase your self-belief. And now I want to share something as a word of caution with you. Increasing self-esteem is good. Having high self-esteem is good. But don't go to extreme levels of self-esteem. Those will lead to overconfidence and you'll be like,
I know how to do this. I know I'll do that. I know I'll do this.
you will become very overconfident, and that will lead to bad decisions, that will lead to uninformed decisions, that will then plummet your self-esteem down as it falls from a cliff to its death. Yes, that is what will happen if you go way too high, if you let go of the roots, and if you go just open and above and you don't know how to handle it. That is bad. Anything extreme or anything low is bad. You need to keep a balance. You need to strike that balance right here and make sure that you have enough self-esteem to do what you want to take risks, and to be open and to be who you are, and not so much self-esteem that you become confident, and not so low self-esteem that you doubt yourself and you are fearful. So this is how you can improve your self-esteem and live a better and happier life. Now, I want you to watch the video on ego right up there by clicking up there if you haven't done it still now, so that you can understand what the difference between self-esteem and ego is, and strike a balance right in between. And that you are more self-esteem, you have more self-esteem, you are more self-believing, but you don't have ego. That is what you need to do. Now, you should also share this video with as many people as possible so that we all can increase our self-esteem and lead happier and more successful lives. And like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, for more amazing videos that I'm about to launch in the future. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.